Well, have you ever had a week or two when everything just sort of seems to go differently than you planned? Well, I don't know, or two, but a week anyway. Well, I just feel I have to fess up here because it's interesting, this Christ faculty of faith that I started to talk about last week, and then was going to continue this week because I waited so long to get started. The month of January is over. So you really didn't have a whole lot of time to work on that God-given faculty of faith. I spoke last week about how Fillmore's ideas sort of came together with all of the many things he was studying at the time. And then he came up with this wonderful 12-power system. For those of us, or those of you all, and myself, I guess, who have been around Unity for quite some time now, we've no doubt worked with them in many, many different ways. Oftentimes, we have a 12 Powers candle lighting service during Christmas, and we focus on the different qualities of the different faculties, and it's a wonderful thing. Different color associated with each faculty, different apostle associated with each faculty, and it's a wonderful, wonderful system to work with. I can remember many, many years ago when I was in ministerial school, as a matter of fact, and the woman who I that were roommates, we decided we needed to do a 12 Powers every night. We needed to take time not only to do our meditation, but to work with the 12 Powers. And we did, and it was a wonderful, empowering exercise. And then if you're anything like me, sometimes you find these wonderful, empowering exercises and you're real faithful to it. You stay with that work, you do that because you know your spiritual life is being benefited by that. And then somehow it all just drifts away. Oh yeah, I used to take that time just to concentrate on my 12 Powers meditations. And then it was just sort of gone away, and you notice that things perhaps in your life aren't going quite as smoothly as they were back when you were doing that. And you think, why did I ever stop? Well, last week when we were talking about this Christ faculty of faith, I asked you all, and I of course had no way of knowing if that was anything you would ever do, but I decided, Nancy, you've got to have faith in these people. You've got to have faith in these people. I mean, if you're going to talk about it, and they're sitting there smiling at you and listening to you, so you have to know the chances are they are going to go home. And I think the homework assignment, if you wanted to call it, was to sort of look at areas of your life where you have been investing your faith. Where you have been investing your faith. And I'm sure that many of you did that, and perhaps came across a few areas where you think, ooh, I kind of am entertaining an area of my life, putting my faith in, almost expecting things to not go well. Not expecting things to, or expecting things to be limiting, or perhaps it was something that you had tried before and think, oh, well, I've tried that before, it doesn't work, I won't do that again. Well, that is really investing our faith kind of in reverse, isn't it? Because on the one hand, we certainly know that God is, and that God is all good. We know we live in a universe that is constantly saying yes to our heart's desires. But what it takes on our part is to invest that faith faculty that is already full-blown within us. And that's what I think is one of the things that are so meaningful, so cool about this whole 12 powers meditation and exercises, because all of the faith that we will ever need has already been implanted in us. So it's not like we're really developing a muscle, or we're having to somehow think that we need to build more faith. I think most of us from time to time may have said in our prayer life when we forgot to give thanks for the faith that we already have. Oh, please, God, just give me faith. Well, the answer is always all of the faith that you will ever need to deal with any situation is already yours. What you need to do is turn your awareness towards that faith. Believe that it is there. And then you will find yourself actually living and expressing more of that faith in the all goodness of this world in which we live. Does that make sense? Oh, God bless you. I hope so. I hope so. Because it's as simple or as hard as that. Now, I say all of these words to lead up to the wonderful material that I had prepared for you today. I had done it probably like maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. I had it all neatly in a stack. I had it tucked aside on one side of the computer because my husband and I share the computer. Well, the other day there was a meltdown with our printer. We don't know what happened. There was a bit of a power glitch, and Ari was at the computer at the time. And all of a sudden the printer goes like into hyper overdrive and spitting out all of these papers. So I said, well, just keep putting paper in until it'll stop. Well, after the whole thing was over, and after the printer was working, and after all seemed to be right again, I realized all of my lesson material had been stuck back in the printer and was printed over a couple of times. Yeah, but that's okay. I can handle this. I have faith that I will know just what to say, when to say it, and when to say nothing. Right, Connie?
Right.
We live by that. So today I came in and I'm thinking on the way over, I thought, oh, Winifred Hausman's book, Your God-Given Potential. Of all the books written, now I know Charles Roth has written the best meditation for the 12 powers, but of all the books written, my personal favorite is Your God-Given Potential. With each faculty, Winifred, she wouldn't mind if I called her Winifred, would give a step-by-step method for enhancing an awareness of that power within. And I thought, I think she has a wonderful little process that I bet I could share and they would love it. Because in the email, I did say I was going to share some techniques, didn't I? Well, I came in, I looked in the library, and I thought, there's the book. I looked through it. I hadn't looked through it really in quite a number of years. And I thought, oh, there's the steps. I can do this. I had it up here, and I came back up and I said, Susan, what has become of my book? She said, well, I moved some papers. Well, God bless her, she did move some papers. My book has disappeared. The book is gone. So until I find your God-given potential, I'm not going to be able to share that technique with you. So I never memorized it. So I have faith that I will find the book, and perhaps next month, when we talk about love, and it is the love month, I will have the opportunity to, I think I will put the book on a chain around my neck, because this is silly to just have a book disappear. Just have a book disappear. Because I will share this wonderful technique with you, but you all know what I'm talking about when I asked you to take a look at your life, see where you are investing your faith. If it isn't in all the positiveness, all of the wonderfulness, all of those great things that you know that you are entitled to in your life, I would suggest you give some real serious thought to reinvesting your faith in those things, those good things that you would have more of in your life. Perhaps there's some new thing you want to try. Perhaps there's some new avenue you choose to explore. It's yours. The universe is saying yes. Your only task is to take your faculty of faith, which, Fillmore identified where each of these faculties was, and this is really kind of right in the middle of your head, right in the middle of your head. And it speaks the whole thing of faith. If we use our faith to judge our world and to create our reality by all of the chaos and busyness that we see in the outer world, we oftentimes fall short of our goal or fall short of finding that good. But if we take an awareness of that faith faculty and turn within, focus on our own soul growth, allow those qualities that are within us to enhance that faith faculty as we learn to trust our own guidance, to hush long enough to be guided by that still small voice, then we have invested our faith wisely. Sorry, friends, but that's all I'm going to say. Namaste.